comment pillocks like to suggest that the social sciences are a waste of academia. These videos feel like shooting fish in a barrel, but if you're gonna say stupid stuff online, I'm gonna point it out. Gender studies in particular is often cited as a Mickey Mouse degree, or at least a Minnie Mouse degree, an arbitrary luxury that we really have no room for in these austere times. Okay, firstly, plenty of degrees can be a waste. I did music technology, for fuck's sake.
We've got arbitrary degrees.
This article I found on the first page of Google results said that only 27% of American college graduates end up with a job related to their college major. And that supported my case, so I chose to believe it. Many degrees aren't put to a use that can be directly quantified as a kind of profit, but they still provide an education. And the social sciences, they're the study of how we communicate, how we treat each other and ourselves, how culture is formed, nearly the entire human experience. We understand a lot about like biology and physics, and when I say we, I'm not necessarily including me. But there's still a lot to figure out in psychology and culture, so it's clearly a study that warrants further pursuit. There are university departments like Russian studies, Caribbean studies, Aboriginal studies. And that's where we look into the culture of a subset of our world to bring a wider understanding and to share its history. It's not far from the studies of literature and language and all of the arts. It's just a version of that that happens to be focused on a particular group. If we work to increase understanding of cultures and of cultural interaction, then that's clearly for the better for humanity. Maybe that's why they're called the humanities.
It's not.
We ought to maximize our collective knowledge. That's what university and academia is all about. This kind of study is especially important for the cultures of oppressed or neglected groups whose history isn't always well recorded. Which brings me to women's studies and gender. Women's history, yeah, herstory, which is just a really clever pun, calm down, is important to study. The history we know was written by the victors, those who are culturally dominant. It's also the history of the culturally dominant, hence in a gender binary, men and not women. Within that, it's obvious that we've neglected herstory, so it's valid and salient to study. This reasoning also fits when applied across all of the other demographic axes. Try it yourself. And gender studies? Well, that's the story of society's most prevalent and insidious dichotomy. We treat each other and ourselves very differently due to gender. It's imperative for us to work toward a thorough understanding of this. If you look at it that way, gender studies are amongst the most worthwhile and urgent studies. They just happen to be contrary to a brand of politics that favors inequality. And if we actually do these studies, then that's pretty scary because people could be oppressed less. You could call this liberal indoctrination or
cultural Marxism.
And you can keep on saying that until you realize that what you saw as a political bias was merely the encouragement of cultural understanding and human equity. If you're politically against that, then you're for ignorance, insipidity, and inequality. Personally, I prefer intellect, ingenuity, and inclusivity. Open your eyes.